So in a previous video, we created this app script that moves blank rows. We can show you again. And I want to show you how we can automate that. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to automate it. But we're just going to run this copy to if blank. What this is doing is it's finding each of the blank items that is blank in the B column only. We do have to authorize this. And once it's authorized and run, it has now moved things to the blank column, to the blank sheet. Okay, but how do we do this automatically? What does automatic mean or automate mean here? One thing we can do is we can add a menu item so we don't have to come into the app script. So right now we go to extensions app script and the app script is there. We can run this as many times as we want, but we have to click run. We have to select this. What if we want to make it a little bit easier? And we can do that function on open. I have the app script here at bettersheets.co/snippets / custom menu. Two functions. We have this already written. So we can actually delete that and paste here. And instead of custom menu, we'll call it automation menu. We'll take the function name, put it as the menu item here, as the second item here. Or sorry, first item. And this first text here, we're going to call move blank, move if info blank. So we can write anything we want here. We're going to save this, make sure it's saved, and then refresh. We have to refresh the sheet or close it and reopen the sheet. And right next to help comes this automation menu. So if there's any that are blank, say these three here, and we want to move them over to the blank page, we can click in the automation menu, go up to move if info blank, and run it. Again, it'll ask us to authorize. It'll only do that once the first time we run it. So now we can run it, and it'll run the script, and it will move those items over to the blank. Here they are. Okay, but is that really automation? That's sort of semi-automation. Sure, we've now made it a couple clicks, but there's something else we can do to make this truly automatic, and we can run this sort of every night. And so if you have an automation that you want it to be done, say, at the end of the workday or before the workday starts, or you want to have it run at some portion of the day, we're going to go to our app script. We're going to go over to the left side and call triggers. Click that. And on the bottom right, we're going to add trigger. We're going to choose which function to run. In this case, it's copy to if blank. From the last video, we have this move if blank, but that's creating sort of a blank space. It leaves a blank space because it's just cutting and pasting. So the one we want to copy and delete, the row that we had before, is copy to. So we're going to choose that. Keep head here because there's no other option. If we have a failure at some point at any time, we can have this email us, and this is what the notification means. It'll email us and say, hey, this failed. And we may want that. Maybe it's failing for some reason. Sometimes, and probably for this reason, it might fail if there's no page to move to, if we've renamed the pages or something. And I want to know as soon as possible. If you want to know as soon as possible, choose notify me immediately. If you want to just know each day what's happening, you can just leave it at daily. The event source is going to be time driven. Now here, once we select time driven, we can select some options. We have a day timer. We can run this every day, let's say at the end of the workday, after everyone's done working, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. it will run. We can also do it in the morning, like if we want to do like 2 to 3 a.m. or 4 to 5 a.m. before the workday starts. We can save. Once we save that, that trigger has been created. We're choosing an hour in the day. It's not going to happen at a specific time, but it will happen within that hour. And it'll be a random time within that hour for the first time it runs, and then it'll run 24 hours after each time. We can always come to this 3 dots over in the corner and delete trigger if we want to delete this forever and create a new one. Or if we're like, hey, we don't need to clean this up anymore so often. We can also, let's do another one, copy if blank. Do time driven. We can also do every week. Let's say we want to do it every Saturday morning, right? Or every Monday before the day starts. We can do 3 to 4 a.m. on Monday. Anytime you want to run it again. If you have any problems or if it fails to run, it will notify you. So this is important to know. Like maybe you want to run it early in the day so that during the day okay, there's a failure, or you want to run it overnight so that in the morning when you're checking your email, oh, it didn't run, we can run it manually, right? You can always come in here and run this automation menu. Or if you don't want this automation menu created, you just want the trigger automatic every day happen, great, you can add that. You don't need this on open in order to use the triggers. You could just keep the function here, and if it, for some reason it's having a problem, you can always come in here, click on it, click run, and then if it runs and it has a problem here, it will show you and you will be able to debug it and figure out the problem and fix it pretty quickly. Hopefully this has helped you automate this kind of app script, especially cleaning up sheets like this can be really daunting and a really manual task that we end up doing every hour of the day. And here we can do it every night while we sleep.